So, you know Forsaken, right? That game I said I was going to do a review on? So, about that... No, it's not cancelled. I'm already stomach deep in this. I have sunk so much time into this video, even when most of the time was just script rewrites and footage. This video will just kind of serve as a mixture between a channel update, a rant video, and just something to attach to the video in case someone comments something along the lines of, "Don't these developers support a Diddy upload or some other crap like that?" I'm going to give a short explanation on who Soul Driven Love is for anyone who doesn't remember or engages in the Roblox community rarely, if at all. I understand we're all busy. Soul Driven Love is a disgraced Roblox developer most known for Forsaken. In March and May, they were exposed for multiple things like CSEM, sexual harassment, associating with horrible people, being an unfunny edgelord, and above all else, being a massive prick who wouldn't change despite the number of times they said they should and would change to be a better person. In May, after everyone had turned on Soul, two developers, Basil and Hitoku, tried to take ownership. However, Soul tried to sell the game to a company as a last-ditch fuck you move. After, I think, a month, a deal was reached where Basil and Hitoku were the owners and everything seemed fine. Then, about 2 days ago, at the time of writing this, a burner account appeared showing that Soul's alt account was taking 25% of the game's profits. Apparently, the deal they came to was that Basil and Hitoku keep the game, but Soul gets a quarter of the profits, because Soul wanted to get something out of the deal. If you think that was bad, the other option was Basil and Hitoku losing ownership, Forsaken being transferred to some company, where Soul would have probably gotten way more of the game's profits. Not to mention, most of the time when games get, bought up by a company, they turn into some overly monetized slop. Because of, attempts to maximize profits off the, Roblox games and such. Truly a damned if you do, completely fuck 6 rays from Sunday if you don't type of options. And the only reason these, profit, percentages weren't brought up sooner was because of an NDA that developers signed. So guess who the burner account was? It was Soul. It was Soul. Because why the fuck not? Since Soul probably signed that NDA, and they revealed the payments via that burner account, they opened themselves up to a lawsuit. As long as Soul signed it. I don't know if they did, I'm not a legal expert nor have the complete picture of everything going on here. Take what I say with a grain of salt. Even then, if it's not Soul who owns the burner account, there is still an overflowing amount of circumstantial evidence that points to Soul making the burner account to try to ruin, mainly the owner's good-ish names. Because it just sounds like something this undiagnosed sociopath would do, even if they are on the game's payroll. What was Soul's endgame? You know, when you leak insider information, people are gonna be asking who the fuck the whistleblower is. I'm mostly annoyed by this because I thought this whole thing was cleared up months ago and there were no buts. And now I feel like I have to at least mention it somewhere because I'm making a video on the game, and knowing the track record of Roblox developers and the hundreds of stereotypes, it's something that people should know before playing. I'm not trying to be a moral arbiter of whether you should play the game or not. If you're on the fence, see what happens in a month or so before making up your mind. Like I've said, this is a couple days old and fairly new. Before I go, about the review. I originally said it was going to release in August, but I got caught up with life and laziness and didn't get a lot done. And that's putting it lightly. The review, I'd say if I'm being realistic with myself, should be out early October, but don't be surprised if it's a late October, early November release. Since I also got way more footage than I need, I also plan on making a clip dump video similar to the one I did with Blood Debt. Other than that, I have nothing else to add to the video, so thanks for watching this cry for help in the form of a video. Hopefully the review will release before the heat death of the universe. And Soul gets dragged down to hell.